Hi guys, this is BeardyLocks, and this is my first time recording. I've chosen to play Rift this time round. Hopefully in the future I'll be doing a couple of different games, but I'm going to give you a run through of Rift to start with. So I'm going to be choosing the Guardian class. I always go with that faction. So let's quickly whip up a character. I'm not going to spend too long doing this, so don't worry. You won't be watching me fiddle around with little mini settings all the time. So we'll go with an elf. So far I've not played a warrior class, so I'm going to be playing that one. So you're going to be learning with me. I've got a couple of different characters. I've played on the European and the US servers. Currently playing on the US servers though. So let's have a look at this warrior. So we've got 5 different main paths we can go down, although we can customise later, which we'll look at in another episode. So here we've got the Destroyer, an offensive warrior who specialises in facing down multiple opponents at a time. Pathfinder, a support warrior who fights alongside their primal companion, granting aid to their allies while overwhelming their foes with steel and claw. Dark Thane, a defensive warrior who wields the power of the Plane of Death to destroy their enemies while defending their allies. Hoplite, a defensive warrior who wields a heavy shield, using it to protect themselves and their allies. Fights will be longer, but survivability is greatly increased. And finally, the Shock Trooper, an offensive warrior who specialises in using non-physical attacks to attack multiple enemies. Okay, so those are the five basic things that you can start with. I'm going to be playing a tank for this, I think. So either the Dark Thane or the Hoplite. Yeah, let's go with the Hoplite. So let's just get some basic things to start with. That will do. Just mess around with a few of the bits and pieces. Let's change the hair up. Okay, that will do fine. And then name. This is a character that I just deleted off the server, so I'm just going to retake the name again. We're not going to watch the video, so don't worry about that. Okay, straight into the tutorial then. So the first thing to mention about this is this place you can only visit once. Once you leave this place you can't come back, so there are some collectibles to get if you're interested in doing those. There's lots of websites online that will give you the coordinates, so you can search for those yourself. I'll try and add a link into YouTube if I can. So first of all, let's just grab all of this stuff from the mailbox. I've bought quite a few things Rift, so I'm just going to quickly stack all of those bits up. Also, a really important thing to do in this first stage is to have a look in your settings and interface action bars, and you can see you can edit your screen layout. So I usually have 2 on the bottom and 2 on the side, so I'll just quickly apply that and add some of these things from my mailbox into my bars. We'll just quickly turn off the help. I'll be explaining everything as we go along. So first of all, let's have a look in the bags. So B is the shortcut for that. Got a title there. This is a helmet that I got from Raptor. And here's my little raptor pet as well, so just drag him out onto my bar. That's a purse that you can put on, and when you equip it, it increases coin gain from looting monsters by 10%, so that's a nice little buff to start with. Some more visual stuff there. This is the spider mount I bought for the game. So again, let's just if you click C, it will open up your character tab. You've got character, stats, skills, currency, mounts, wardrobe, companions, and titles. Mount's the one that we want, so let's just drag the spider over there. Some shoulder pieces here. Then here we've got some different potions, and I'll be explaining those a little bit later in the game. We don't need to be using them just yet, because this is just the tutorial area. Okay, and then we've got some different shoulders there, which I think we're going to keep actually. But first of all, we need to put those into our wardrobe slots so that they don't go over the stat gains. So, if you look at the character, let's just remove those pieces again, and you can see here we've got wardrobe. So, click on wardrobe set 1 and drag those pieces in. And that's automatic, so you can also change which pieces of your wardrobe you can see. So if I don't like the helmet I'm wearing, I can click that box and there we go, it disappears. Okay, so that's pretty much everything to start with. Let's jump in. So there's just some very, very quick basic quests here, just to introduce you to the game mechanics, and so you can try out your powers. This area used to be quite long, but in an update, well, not too long ago, I assume they've reduced this quite a lot, so it goes a lot quicker now. So here we're having our first fight. As you can see, underneath my bar, I'm coming up with some little swords, and these are your charges, basically. So when we get some stronger attacks, those charges will build up, then we can use them to inflict more damage. So that's our first one down. Just 2 more to go. Okay, I should really have had a look at my powers before beginning, I think. So let's just quickly read those out to you. Now while I'm just defeating these last 2 guys. So in my number 1 slot, I've got Pacifying Strike, deals 33 to 37 physical damage and awards 1 attack point. Then in number 3 we've got deals 16 to 18 physical damage, increases the warrior's block by 3% and damage done by attacks that must follow a block by 5% for 15 seconds. Okay, and finally in number 5 we've got Sergeant's Order. Pulls the enemy to the warrior's location, so that's just your typical tank taunt there. There will perhaps be some other powers in my abilities section, which I'll have a look at in just a moment. Okay, so that's the first quest, so we'll just go and hand that in. And there we have our first level up. So when you level up, what you need to be doing is pressing N. This first time it brings it up automatically for you. This is your soul tree. Okay, so every character has 3 souls that they can build up from. As this is the first time I'm playing the warrior, I'm just going to follow the pre-made sets. So perhaps later on in the future, if anyone can give me some advice, then we'll do a custom role. But for now, we'll just stick with this basic one that we've started with. So I've just put 2 points into Stalwart Shield, which increases your block by 1% now. So we'll save that in, and yeah, we've just got a new power. So this is called Righteous Blow, and this makes use of the builders. So at 1 point it does 20 damage, 2 points 42, 3 points 74. So it's always worth building up those finishers. Okay, so let's carry on now. Oh, yeah, let's quickly have a look at our powers ability. So pressing P, we've got 5 different parts. We've got General. So here's some of your crafting stuff, which we're not going to be looking at fishing and survival. I'll explain why at a later date. Then we've got the Summon Money Bags. This is a personal banker, which is a benefit you get from one of the many cash shop things. Then we've got some racial passives. This is the elf passive and angelic flight, which is quite useful actually, especially when you've you're trying to climb mountains which you don't seem to be able to run up, you can, if you click on this, you see has the little target on the ground, and then click it, he flies forward, which is quite nice. So that's general. Then we've got Void Knight, which is one of our souls. So we've got a couple of different things here. We've got 3 different buffs and a builder. Here we've got the Paladin, which got 2 builders, Aggressive Block and Pacifying Strike, which are on our bar already. Righteous Blow, which is the power we've just been given, and then 2 buffs, which are both passive, so I don't need to do anything with them. Then we've got Warlord, so we've got 3 more, we've got 1 builder, 2 buffs that I don't have to do anything with, and the Control, which is on the bar. And I'm just going to drag this one up to the top bar, but I have my attack powers on this bottom one, and then some buff and various things on this top one. Okay, so let's just add this builder here. These powers up a little bit. And I think, yeah, that's everything. Reduces non-spell damage taken by 1%, in addition to reducing spell damage taken by 3%. Yep, let's throw that on the upper bar. Okay. So, next quest, Steel Reckoning. I just need to collect some swords. Now, we can kill these corrupted knights for them, but go a little bit further, you can see there's one stuck in the ground here. So we'll just pick them up for now. We'll do some fighting in just a moment when we get to the town. Now, one of the reasons I decided to play Rift for you is the recent announcement that the game will be going free to play. So I figured there'll be a huge influx of players wanting to see what the game is like and what you can do. And ooh, we've just been attacked there, so let's just deal with that. And you can see with those finisher powers, it's now much quicker to take down the enemies there. So that's the end of that. Just go head into the town and speak to the quest giver, Shyla, who we'll be seeing a lot of as she hangs out in Sanctum. Okay, let's take the Claymore and put that on. So in our inventory here we've got the choice between the Claymore and the axe. We'll take the Claymore. It's two-handed though. Perhaps we'll stick with the axe for now, and then that way we can keep the shield going as well. Okay, so next little quest: retrieve sanctified spheres from Ardenburg Horrors. So that's these little mobs here. And there we have another level up, so let's go back into the Soul Tree, and it's telling us to continue with the increased block, and this time increases all resists by 1%. That's everything, no new powers this time. Just to explain the Soul Tree a little bit to you, this top section here, we put our points into this part, and you'll see at the bottom we also have some different things with some numbers on, so 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24 and so on. This means that when we've put 4 points into this soul, this power here, which has a 4 in it, will unlock, and it's the same for all of these souls. Okay,